Hello and welcome to African News on VOP TV. I am Fina Okechukwu. We begin in Democratic Republic of Congo, where the army says they have killed the leader of Sunday's failed coup attempt, Christian Malanga, and arrested around 50 people, including 3 American citizens. The leader of the opposition in exile in the United States, Christian Malanga, has been identified as being behind the attack on the police Dolonution. The 41-year-old Congolese from the diaspora and a former soldier by training was reportedly neutralized during the assault. General Sylvain Ekenge, an army spokesperson, confirmed that gunfire erupted around 4 a.m. in the capital, Kinshasa, as gunmen attacked the presidency in the city center, but did not clarify whether President Felix Tshisekedi was present during the attack. Former South African President Jacob Zuma has been disqualified from running in the upcoming national election after the country's highest court ruled that his previous criminal conviction made him ineligible to stand. The Constitutional Court's decision, based on a section of the Constitution disqualifying individuals sentenced to more than 12 months in prison without the option of a fine, is expected to escalate political tensions ahead of the crucial vote. Zuma's disqualification stems from a 15-month prison sentence he received in 2021 for contempt of court related to his refusal to testify at a corruption inquiry. Zuma's disqualification comes amid a continuous election campaign, with the ruling African National Congress (ANC) facing its toughest challenge in 30 years of governance since the end of the apartheid. The ANC's majority is at risk, which could lead to Africa's most advanced economy forming a national coalition government for the first time. Zuma's new party, the MK Party, is anticipated to chip away at the ANC support base and due to his continued popularity in certain regions of the country. In South Sudan, opposition leader General Stephen Boué Rolanga has withdrawn from the ongoing peace talks in Nairobi, accusing the South Sudanese government of attempting to assassinate him. Boué, head of the South Sudan's People Movement (SSPM), claimed security agents loyal to President Security Advisor Todd Gatwalk approached him at his hotel with the intent to harm him. In a letter to mediators, Boué detailed the encounter, stating that Gatwalk had previously paid for an assassination attempt against him and that he recognized suspicious individual at his hotel. Boué recounted a previous assassination attempt by John Top Yero in 2022, who allegedly admitted to be sent by Gatwalk again. This led to a confrontation with South Sudanese delegation members, citing the danger, but Boué demanded safe passage out of Kenya for himself and his delegation, asserting that the government's lack of commitment to peace talk is the reason. Meanwhile, the U.S. and Niger have agreed that American troops will leave the country no later than 15th of September. The two countries said they had reached a disengagement agreement to effect the withdrawal of U.S. forces, which has already begun. The U.S. has rallied on Niger as its primary base for monitoring regional jihadist activities. The military junta, which seized power last year, has already ordered foreign troops to leave while moving closer to Russia. However, the disengagement agreement statement commended the joint sacrifices of Nigerian and U.S. forces in the fight against terrorism, adding that the withdrawal would not affect the continuation of U.S. and Niger relations. The deal was reached after marathon talks between the two countries in Miami. In the Tunisian's coastal town of El Amra, migrants from sub-Saharan Africa are urging authorities to permit their journey to Europe amid escalating tensions over the government's response to the migrant crisis. Nested among local olive groves, migrant encampments bear witness to the arduous struggle endured by those yearning for a better life across the Mediterranean. Faces marked by exhaustion and despair, migrants from Mali, Burkina Faso, and other nations expressed their dire circumstances. There is no work here. It is not easy to find anything to eat, laments therefore. a Malian migrant, echoing the sentiment of many. With aspirations of reaching safety and stability in Europe, they appeal for passage, emphasizing their desire to live rather than stay in Tunisia. You're watching African News on VOP TV. More stories after the break. Join us again. Welcome back to African News. Parliamentarians in Zimbabwe are considering advocating for laws to permit the commercialization of services at public hospitals. This move aims to ensure the access to health services, especially for cancer treatment, is not limited to a few, but is available to all Zimbabweans. Daniel Molokele, chairperson of the Parliamentary Health Portfolio Committee, emphasized this need following a visit to the group of hospitals, the country's largest referral center. The committee highlighted the necessity of changing the legal and policy framework surrounding health care administration. Molokele pointed out that the current emphasis on money is leading to preventable death. The committee believes that allowing hospitals like Paria and Yatswa to generate their own funds for repairs and maintenance is crucial, thus ending the dependency on external funding and enabling better service provision. During their tour of the cancer treatment unit at Paria Yantwa and Mpilo Central Hospital, the committee observed critical machines that have broken down. Molokele, a member of the parliament for the Huanje constituency, underscored the importance of enabling government-run hospitals to provide services domestically. He proposed that profits from commercialized services could fund public health care, thereby expanding access to essential treatment with Zimbabwe. Ethiopian Airlines has unveiled its newly expanded and renovated domestic terminal at Addis Ababa Bole International Airport. The $50 million US project has more than doubled the terminal's built-up area to 25,750 square meters and doubled its handling capacity. Ethiopian Airlines Group CEO highlighted the significance of this upgrade, emphasizing that it enhances the modernization of airports and aviation facilities in the country. The expanded terminal, serving over 200 daily flights to 22 domestic destinations, now features modern airport systems, 4 contact gates, 10 remote departure gates, 22 check-in counters with automated baggage screening, self-check-in kiosk, advanced security screening, and a premier passage lounge. Norway has reaffirmed its commitment to support Ethiopia in its fight against climate change through green development initiatives. Mari Martinson, advisor for climate, environment and forest at the Norwegian Embassy, highlighted the strong partnership between two nations established since the launch of the Climate Resilient Green Economy Strategy in 2011. Norway has been providing assistance to civic society organizations and research institutions in Ethiopia dedicated to combating climate change and protecting biodiversity in the country. Martin Singh praised Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative, noting it is as a significant demonstration of the government's dedication to green development. In a significant development for regional trade, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni and Kenyan President William Ruto have pledged to eliminate non-tariff barriers hindering commerce between their nations. The agreement followed Museveni's three-day state visit to Kenya, where discussion focused on boosting trade relations. The presidents have directed their trade minister to urgently address these barriers. Uganda remains Kenya's largest trading partner with significant exports of iron and steel products, while Kenya primarily exports farm produce and petroleum products to Uganda. This move aims to enhance economic cooperation and benefit traders on both sides. Kenya's economy experienced a significant boost in 2023, growing by 5.6%, up from a revised 4.9% in the previous year. This growth was primarily driven by a robust performance in the agriculture sector, which benefited from abundant rainfall after enduring years of drought. Agriculture, contributing over a fifth of the country's annual economic output, saw a remarkable recovery from previous contractions. According to MacDonald Obuto, the Director General of the Statistics Office, the sector's growth surged to 7% last year. Tourism also played a crucial role in Kenya's economic resurgence, with visitors arriving exceeding pre-pandemic levels. The number of visitors reached 2.87 million, surpassing the 2.35 million arrivals recorded annually before the pandemic. The revival of these key sectors underscores the resilience and potential of Kenya's economy amidst global challenges. South Africa's poultry industry remains vulnerable to bird flu due to delays in implementing a comprehensive vaccination program, warns Astra Foods, the country's largest chicken producers. Last year, South Africa faced its worst outbreak of high pathogenic avian influenza (HPAI), losing approximately 9.5 million chickens, which constituted about a third of the national flock. The government has issued guidelines for HPAI vaccination, but stringent biosecurity standards and monitoring protocols have impeded the industry's effort to comply. Despite the eagerness of poultry companies to meet the requirements, no firm has yet succeeded. Astra Foods highlighted that bird flu continues to pose a significant threat to the local poultry industry, with slow progress towards vaccination approval for broiler breed stock. The company posted a profit of 355 million rands, equivalent to $19.56 million in the 6 months ending March 31st, marking a 472% increase from the same period last year. This improvement followed severe losses due to the bird flu outbreak and an electricity crisis attributed to South Africa's aging coal-fired plants. The situation has improved somewhat, with South Africa experiencing over 50 consecutive days without electricity rationing, the longest period of uninterrupted power supply in nearly 3 years. This development is attributed to enhanced maintenance and fewer breakdowns, according to the official statistics agency. The easing of power cuts has provided a much-needed respite for businesses and the economy. You are watching African News on VOP TV. More stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The African Traditional Sports and Games Confederation has opened the bidding process for the host country of the 2026 Traditional Sports and Games event. The event is scheduled to take place from August 14 to 19, 2026, and the theme is Infuse Cultural Diversity. Host countries are invited to apply according to the process timeline. The bidding process is currently underway, with the submission of bid documents due on May 31st, 2024. The host country will be selected and announced in June 2024. However, the African Traditional Sports and Games Confederation is excited to announce this historic event, which will bring together traditional sports and games from across the continent. The event aims to promote cultural diversity, unity, and excellence in traditional sports and games. The Confederation is looking forward to receiving bids from interested host countries and working together to make this event a success. The 2026 Traditional Sports and Games event will feature a range of traditional sports and games, including wrestling, archery, and traditional board games. The event will also include cultural performance exhibitions and workshops showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Africa. The Confederation is committed to promoting and preserving traditional sports and games, and this event is a key part of that mission. Football legends Daniel Amokachi and Emmanuel Adebayo have been confirmed as special guests for the CAF African Schools Football Championship Finals. The tournament, which brings together the best young football talents from across Africa, will take place in August 2026. Amokachi and former Nigerian international Adebayo, a Togolese football icon, will inspire and motivate the young players during the champions. Their presence is expected to add excitement and glamour to the event. The CAF African Schools Football Champion is an initiative aimed at promoting grassroots football development and identifying young talents. The finals will feature the top teams from across Africa competing for the coveted title. The event promises to be a thrilling showcase of young African football talents. Liberia is set to challenge the Flamingos of Nigeria in the final qualifying round for the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The Liberia team secured their spot by defeating Senegal 2-0 in the second leg of their third-round qualifier, advancing on away goals after a 3-1 loss in the first leg. The Flamingos dominated Burkina Faso with a 7-1 aggregate win to advance. Liberia will host the first leg in Monrovia on June 8, 2024, with the return fixture taking place at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja 1 week later. That is all we have on African News on VOP TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Voice of the People TV and other social media platforms. We at VOP TV Live. Join our subsequent news bulletins at 4 and 9 p.m. respectively. I am Fina Okechukwu. Good afternoon.